Christmas. God bless you. Merry gentlemen and women. Hallelujah. I am so glad to be doing this video. Right now I have 2 people watching. Oh my goodness. How exciting is that? Yeah. So all I have for this mukbang is a scone and the balance of my Starbucks pumpkin latte, which I am glad that they extended this year for the holiday season. Yeah. So God bless you, Kimberly. God bless you. Last night, one of my subscribers sent me a comment saying that they enjoyed my anti-consumerism videos and they got what I was doing with my channel, and that I was trying to say I'm living a humble life during a humble time. I'm not begrudging this time. I intend to learn the lesson of this time and be better for going through it. This is the depression of my era. You know, there were people, we call them the Depression era people, and they changed their way of living forever as a result of what they learned in an economic downturn, and other people in other type of downturns. They learned a lesson and progressed from it. Well, just recently I heard on the news that there's this large stimulus package coming out. Now, the majority of the stimulus package is going to the rich folks, and that came on the news today. They're like, most of the money is going to the rich people. The rich people who had their money already set aside were arguing about leaving some crumbs for those of us who are individuals and struggling during this holiday season and over into next year. Let's not laugh about it, you guys. We have new expenses this year that we have not had any other year. A year ago, how many masks did you need to buy? Okay? How many face shields? How many gloves? All these different things that we've had to buy is a new and additional expense that we didn't have before. But we're going to have, I think, $600, and it's easy enough to say, what can I do with $600 right now, and just blow through it. But we're not going to do that. It's all that is being allotted to those of us in need right now. So we're going to fix these wealthy people, and we're not going to just hand that $600 right back to them. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say in this video. Think about it. Don't get that little bit of change in your hand and think, oh my goodness, I'm $600 richer today. Let me go out and buy a brand new $100 Christmas tree. Let me spend $200 on Christmas ornaments. Let me go, I've always wanted to do this or that. And you know, maybe we're not feeling the best right now. Maybe we're feeling cabin fever, and you're on the internet, and God bless you, it's my world, and you know, we're a button away. You can click and buy anything in your house today. You never have to leave your house. You could blow it on a fancy Christmas dinner from any restaurant. They could deliver it in your house, you eat it, and the $600 is gone. But we're not going to do that. So what I'm going to tell you are a few tips here not to do that. First of all, notice everybody has their ad out already to get that $600 from you. People are advertising all kind of security things, all kind of anti-aging creams, all kinds of crap that you don't need. If you are old, just be content that you live that long. You don't need an anti-aging cream. We're thinking about this thing the wrong way. What we need is a live longer cream, you know? So don't even worry about looking 10 years younger. Be glad that you're old. Be glad that you are a survivor. Somebody didn't make it. So keep your money in your pocket when they're trying to sell you an anti-aging cream. First of all, that I ought to know. I've tried them all before this thing happened. And not one of them stopped me from aging. You know, I take pictures all the time. I do these videos. You can look at any video and you know whether it was last year's or the year before, because I look older as time progresses. So don't even waste your money on a brand new anti-aging cream. Now, if you're uncomfortable, if your skin is dry and you need something, then by all means get something. But if you already got an anti-aging cream or a moisturizer or something, what you need to be healthy and safe this winter, I've already seen the ads. Don't buy a new anti-aging cream. Tools for my male friends. If you are not a construction worker and you're just stacking up these tools, this $600 is not buy tools money. I know in our minds we think, if I get some tools, I'm going to improve. You know, I'm going to build this, I'm going to build that. You don't need another raised bed. God bless you. You know, yes, you don't need another raised bed. You don't need a new way to hurt yourself. This is $600 cash money. From what I'm told, rich people are getting like thousands of dollars. They just go down and get their welfare check for like hundreds of thousands of dollars. But we who are not connected finally got $600. And if you are recently unemployed, which a lot of people are, you will get an additional $300 to pay the expenses that have to do with the conditions that we are currently living in. Hope it's enough. But I mean, don't get the little bit that trickled down to us, don't give it back to the rich folks. Whenever you go in a store and you buy something, that money is not going into the hand of a poor person. Forget this crap where they're saying keep the economy going. The economy is not what's going. It's another rich person hoarding another dollar. At least keep your $600. You know, and that way they'll say, oh, well, we didn't give them enough for them to give us back the money. And they will actually, we'll get more of our fair share that way. Because when I think about the fact that there are multi-millionaire people who are celebrities and they could just go down and get $100,000 to deal with COVID. There are churches that are getting millions of dollars to keep their employees, so they don't have to pay their employees during COVID. Whereas we're getting $600. And I'm telling you, the one thing you can do to protest is hold on to that $600. Don't let a penny go for as long as you possibly can. Pass up on the creams. Act like you didn't get the $600. When you see that $600, act like you didn't get it. If you want to do something with it, think about it long and hard. In fact, make your fund be figuring out how to use it. So take 3 months to figure out how to use that money to benefit you the most. Change your habit. Don't go buy. I've even seen them selling educations. Oh, get a new degree. Okay? Thank you, Rose. God bless you. They talking about get a new degree. What you gonna do with a degree right now? Ain't nobody really hiring. 800,000 people applied for unemployment. A lot of them people got degrees. You wasting your money. This is what we got right now. I'm gonna tell you an old saying that the old Southern black folks used to tell young women, and I wish they would tell it now. There was a young woman, and she said, and this is how the saying go. She was given some money. She was given some money. And at that time it was, slavery kind of thing, Jim Crowish things. So the man, I'm just going to leave out the part about white man, said to her, what are you going to do with your money? And the lady said, I'm going to take my money, black lady. I'm going to take my money and I'm going to put it in a can. And then I'm going to sit, and if I can't sell it, I'm going to sit on it. I ain't going to just give it away. Yes, I'm going to take my money, I'm going to put it in a can, and then I'm going to sell it. But if I can't sell it, because the man asked her, what if you can't sell it? She said, well, if I can't sell it, I'm going to sit on it. because I ain't gonna just give it away. And that's my message to you today. When you get your stimulus check, stimulate yourself. Think about it. Oh, God bless you. It's my world. Yeah, don't just give back the little bit that trickled down into our head. Watch the news. Watch them talk about these folks getting, we got our stimulus check. It took, what, a year? But these wealthy folks been waltzing into the White House, waltzing into their senators, waltzing into their... They have all these meetings, you know, the coal industry, the farming industry, this industry. What about the broke down and tired industry, which I am a part of? What about us? When's our committee gonna meet with the Senate? When are we gonna meet with the president? Who's trying to stimulate us so we can pay our employees? What happened to that? Don't you give them back your $600, okay? Your $600, okay? These people got money. These large industries got money so that they could keep their employees. What did they do with it? I don't know, because every time I watch the news, another million people are newly unemployed. And I mean, everybody's talking about laying off. Everybody's talking about this. But at the same time, they sitting up getting COVID checks every week talking about COVID is making me broke. I'm struggling so hard. And it takes a year for us to get $600. And you was thinking you're going to go buy an anti-aging cream. You're going to go buy some tools. You're going to go buy some Christmas decorations. You're going to go buy a degree and ain't nobody hiring. You sit on that money. When you get that money, I'll tell you what you do. Pray over it. Ask God to multiply it like he did them 5 fishes and a loaves, because $600 don't go far. Even if you had to buy hand sanitizer and Clorox and toilet paper, how much you going to get for $600? So I'm on here to tell you, when you see the shiny lights, put your shades on and keep your money. Don't give it to them, okay? Whatever you were going to buy anyway, like if you got kids, I know you got to buy some toys. But give them a budget of $100 for their toys, you know. Put them on a budget. Everybody got to be on a budget this year. Don't go out buying no perfume. Who can smell you from 6 feet away? Who can smell you from 6 feet away, people? You social distancing. Don't buy no lipstick. You have to wear a mask. What you need with a lipstick? God bless you, Lisa. Who's gonna see your lips with a mask on? You got on a face shield. We almost in space suits. You know, pretty soon it's gonna look like we all talking about this one step for America and one step for man. You know, you don't need a new lipstick. You don't need any of this crap. You don't even need to buy gasoline for your car, because the walk from your front porch to the delivery truck doesn't require you to use gasoline. Put your money in the bank, because this thing is about to get set off. Every day I watch the news. Every day I see some crazy. God bless you, Diva. Every day I watch the news. Every day I see some new crazy. Okay, it's my world, so you can buy toys at the Dollar Tree. Yes, do that. Do that. This is the time, all them people who got the real COVID money, all them people, if you see people's name in your community who got the real COVID money, they got $100,000 for their employees. They got, they got this to keep their employees and stuff like that. They done fired up everybody. Everything's closed. Everywhere I go, everything's boarded up. The mall is leasing. Everybody's leasing. Send them folks a letter and tell them your kids need some toys, This is how we're going to do this. Instead of you spending your $600, the people who got the millions saying they was going to keep folks employed, send them a letter. Say, look, you got the millions. I saw it on the news. My kid needs a PlayStation. We sitting at home during this COVID, and we need a PlayStation. You ain't needing nothing, but you done soaked up all the money. They couldn't even give me $2,000 so I could get my own stuff. I can't even buy a computer for my kids to go online and, learn something in school, with this distance learning thing. I can't do that because you done soaked up your rich behind sitting up in a mansion, soaking up all the money. My kids need it, Don't worry about Congress. Be your own Congress. Write the letter. Anybody you see on the news, they got $100,000 to keep their employees. They got $1 million to do this, that, and the other. And you got $600. Send them the letter. You got the money. I didn't. It's Christmas time. My kids need a PSA. I'm trying to learn some computer skills. I'm trying to do something to improve this, that, and the other. Whatever you need, write the letter to the rich folks who got our money and ask them to let go of your stuff. My mom laughs about me. When I'm watching the news today, I said, Mom, these folks sitting in my house eating my food. I'm sitting over here on Struggle Hill, but I see now I'm a wealthy person. My money's just in their house. My COVID check is probably $2,000 a month. But some rich person sitting up here getting $1 million a year telling some lie about how, I'm keeping my employees. What employees? What employees? That's my money. Don't give them your $600 because they already plan to get your $600. Hold on to your $600. Send them a letter. Say, I need a computer. If kids at home, I need a PS whatever. I need this educational tool. I need this online so I can teach my kids during this emergency, because that stuff is all expensive and $600 ain't gonna buy it. Okay? And in the situation in my community, I'm over here in Compton. These kids don't have that stuff. They were going to the library. What library are we going to now? $600 can't do it for. Write a letter to all those rich folks who got the COVID money. All those big companies they just got like 800 million, and then they're going to hand us $600 with the other little bit, and we the real people. Send those people a letter and ask for what you need, because they got your money. They sitting up in your mansion eating your prime rib this year while you sitting up and have the nerve to put ads out to get you to buy some anti-aging cream and some lipstick and some perfume. And some, a brand new car. What do you need with a brand new car right now? Where are you going? Where are you going? I don't know where you're going. Because I can walk from my front house. I can walk from my bedroom to the front porch. God bless you, Olitha. You don't need any of that stuff this year. I'm just giving you the truth because nobody else wants to tell you. I'm sitting this ass. These folks acting like we traveling around the world, making big money, It's not the case. You got $600. We don't know how long we're going to have to work with this $600 because, the situation is rich people are currently in control and they don't understand that stealing our money ain't going to do them no good. We'll be able to get it in time, but right now I'm telling you, write them the letter. Whoever got your money, when you watch the news, watch the news. If they say so-and-so computer company got us so much money so they can keep their employees employed, you see on the news the next day that they laid off 1 million employees, write them the letter and ask for your computer. That's what we got to do. We didn't get enough. This money is toilet paper and hand sanitizer money. This money is for Clorox and masks and gloves. Every time you go buy gas, you got to have on a new pair of gloves. Take them off that time, put them there. Got to wash your hands 10 times a day. That's a new expense, guys. That's what that $600 is. I've been growing a long time. I know how to budget to attend to a family. You might think that money's coming out of nowhere. It is not coming out of nowhere. It's the reason why you feeling like you ain't got no money right now, because we got new expenses. How many people went out and bought as much elderberry syrup and garlic as they could to try to improve their immunity? Other people eating salads. All this stuff is expensive. Yes, Diva. When you watch the news and you're thinking this is so unfair, those billionaires with billionaire CEOs are getting a check from the government so that COVID don't hurt them so bad. Send them a letter. That's the great thing about the social media era. You can email anybody. Send them your letter And after you send them your letter, after you send them your letter, oh, I might as well just go ahead. It's 20 minutes in, so most people ain't gonna know. My Apple iPad, which is 2 years old, they did an update on it this year, and it crashed and died. I went to my Best Buy where it was bought for me as a Christmas present 3 years ago, 3 Black Fridays ago. So it's actually 3 years old. But and I went into Best Buy. I told him what happened. The guy at Best Buy told me, said, you know, if you come here and we find that there was something wrong with your device, you will have to pay $400 for a new device. But because your device crashed and it update, Apple may give you a new device without charging you for it. It took me 2 months to get through the process because, you know, when you live in certain communities, people don't like for you to get a hold of the same benefits as in other communities. But this one guy, he was an African guy working at Best Buy. He told me about it, and he told me about it again, and he kept telling me about it while I was going through the process with Best Buy. Best Buy asked me for $400 to replace my old device, and it's probably, and that is the full price of it. If you would even buy it, you can buy a brand new device for that. And I kept calling Apple. I finally got through. When I got through to Apple, Apple gave me a new device. I did not pay the $400. I had to go to Manhattan Beach Apple store and pick up my new device after they checked it out and proved that I did not damage this device. I wasn't sitting up drinking and using the Apple and all of that. And I am sitting up here after 2 months of dealing with them during COVID. And I told them while I was speaking to them on the phone, I said, where do you think I'm going to get $400 right now? Where is the $400 machine at? And I talked to him on the phone. I told him what happened. I said, at the time I was trying to take some computer classes. So I'm telling you what I was trying to do. I said, I'm sitting at home. Let me at least improve my skills. I wanted to learn coding. And so I missed all my free coding classes, so that opportunity from God wasn't for me at this time. I was trying to go through General Assembly. They had some free classes that they offered as a Christmas gift to people during this time, and I was trying to take them. I missed all my free classes. Maybe General Assembly will offer some new free classes, and I'll be able to learn those because I didn't have a way to even look at them. So I'm telling you what I know, you know, but by the grace of God, because somebody in Compton told me that when your device crashes because of an update, it means that something was done to it that is not your fault, and they will replace it this year during COVID. So, but I'm telling you, don't worry. If you ain't got no computer, ain't got no computer money, you can't buy a computer for $600 that your kids can do online learning with. It's just not enough. What you got to do is write Samsung, write Apple, right? I don't even know what the kids are into. You know, I'm old. You know, PS5, whatever it is, write them a letter. They got good money. We got $600, but they got multi-millions to keep folks on a job. But they laid them off after that, which means the money is sitting in one person's pocket and they can't spend it. You know, they got the money. They've already been paid by our government for those computers, guys. When they sit up there and got them COVID checks, guess what that is? That's our tax dollars that we didn't get because they think they can better use it. Get you a computer so your kids can learn something, right? Everybody, you know, if you grown and unemployed, you know, you have to have tools that we don't have the money to buy right now. Ask for it. But hold on to your $600. Put your $600 in the bank. And when you're buying your mask and whatever, allot it like that, because that's as far as it's going to go, guys. That's as far as it's going to go. That's what I wanted to tell you before you get your money in your hands. Because I know when you get that money, you'll be like, woo! Allow yourself $100 for your whole family. That means you can't spend it all on yourself. Shop for that for 3 to 6 months before you even spend the $100. You know, you're going to have to buy your gloves and your hand sanitizer and all that stuff. So, you know, but, you know, shop for it. Take your time. You know, what else you got to do? If you once you spend it, the whole buyer thing is over. Whatever happened to people who took their time to educate themselves before they make a purchase? You know what? $100, that ain't nothing. If it's all you got, it's something. Take your time. Take your time. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys. And please leave any comments, tips, what you're doing to make it during this time. If you write letters to anybody and get anything that you need, to during this time, don't go on them online things. Because that's just them scamming you out of more money. Because you do those online degrees, do you know they will have you apply for a loan? You might get a loan for $20,000. Then you have no job, and what you doing with that loan? How you going to pay that? That's going to be a new challenge. Okay? While they done got all the millions for COVID relief. They got 800 million for COVID relief. We, the people, got 100 million, which equips us with $600. And we're the one having to take care of America right now. We the ones on the street. We're foot soldiers. We walking down the street. You go to a fast food place. You see homeless folks with no food. Who the ones giving them? Out of that $600, that's how people getting fed. Who the one giving folks soap? Who the ones giving folks gloves? Who the one handing drug addicts a mask? That would be us who got the $600. But we can't ask for nothing extra. We just over here, got to do what we got to do to make it through what we got to make it through like we always do. But the one thing you do, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, grandmothers, sages, and young children, hold on to your money. Yeah. It's my world. We always do this. We American people, we are the backbone. We always stand there and do what we have to do. While those who are wealthy and delusional, they don't know how it really gets done. They thinking corporations are doing it. It's always been us. It's always been us. And it always will be. But we're up to the challenge. But I'm just giving you the tip. While we doing what we got to do, the next time you are out someplace and you buy somebody a burger, think of that as coming out your $600. The next time you see somebody need something and you take it over, that coming out of your $600. You may have already spent it, but when you get this $600 in your hand, hold on to it, because it's always going to be us that's got to really do it. And we got to be real smart about this thing. When you sitting up here, taking kids in your house, doing what you got to do, giving them the best kind of life you can during this time, because that's the kind of stuff we're doing nowadays. Be strong, be smart, and like I said, put your money in a can, and if you can't sell it, sit on it. God bless you, Lisa. I'm going to let you guys go. Leave your tips below. For everybody, Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year.